Just really happy for our players and our staff, to get that first win. I mean, it's been a long time coming, and it was a great celebration there in the locker room. Those kids have earned it because I'll tell you what, they've been a hard luck group, and some it's been self-inflicted with turnovers and those type of things. But I tell you what, their work ethic has been great, and their attitude's been great, and they've practiced hard every week, including this week. It's been a couple of the best practices we've had the last 2 or 3 weeks, and they've kept fighting. So they gave themselves a chance, and obviously nothing was easy tonight. And, we got to play smarter, but getting that win was a huge accomplishment for them, and so hopefully they'll be ready to move forward to next week, playing a tough UTEP team in a rival game, and see if we can hang on to that trophy. So that's going to be our bowl game, and it's got to become an important game for us. So again, just happy for our staff and players for how hard they've worked. Good questions?
I think you had a season high sacks, season high yards, and a touchdown punt return. Was there anything in particular that stood out to you that you're specifically proud of tonight?
I think just like I said, the attitude and the work ethic that our guys have had, Jason. Teams that are 0-9 like we were, I mean, a lot of teams would just mail it in, and our guys, they've been practicing hard. They've been lifting weights hard. We've had no off-the-field issues with our players. I mean, they've been, like I say, really a class group, and they fought through a lot of adversity. So I'm just proud of the way they played, and we're still our own worst enemy, though. I mean, how many touchdowns did we leave? Fumbled twice going across the goal line, and then. No, not twice. And then we have another one where we get a crackback block called on us. So 3 touchdowns called back. I mean. That's amazing, but that's kind of been our nemesis all year, is that turnover thing, and it was still there tonight. We were just, we were playing an FCS team that we're just better than was the issue. But I mean, if we do that against UTEP, we won't win, and that's been the frustrating thing for me all year. I mean, we've got good players and good coaches, but we got to value the ball, and it's frustrating that we don't better. But again, hey, it was a win, so we're going to celebrate it.
Would you say this was Josh's best game?
I thought he managed the game really well. I mean, they were dropping 8 into coverage. They just weren't going to let us throw the ball. And so I thought he picked and chose his times really well to put the ball down the field. He had no turnovers again, no interceptions again tonight. So that's 2 games in a row. And that's huge, So, I thought, the UNM game, the Central Michigan game, and tonight he's played really well. We just got to get him a little more consistent in those other games.
Jason Huntley is a senior. He's done a lot here. He got a career high on the ground tonight. So, like you said,
did he? I don't even know what he had.
They didn't let you pass, so you were able to run the football against them.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they were dropping 8 all night, and I thought Jason ran better in the second half than he did the first half. Thought he was just trying to score on every play in the first half and reverse field all the time instead of just slamming it in there. But he and Christian both ran hard, and I thought the offensive line handled things well. We made some adjustments there at halftime. Put in a new blocking scheme to help us handle things off the edge, and all those guys handled that really well.
I think Devin went out in the first half. Is he?
Yeah, Devin has got a rolled ankle, so we'll have to see how he is. And we came into this game really banged up. I mean, Josh played hurt tonight. He had a separated shoulder coming out of the Ole Miss game, his left shoulder. Javahn Fergurson had a separated shoulder, and he played tonight. Rashi Hodge had a separated shoulder from the Ole Miss game, and he played tonight. O.J. Clark had a separated shoulder at the Ole Miss game, and he played tonight. Yeah, all those guys. All those guys hardly practiced this week, and you saw how they played tonight. O.J. got the punt return, and he separated his shoulder in the Ole Miss game too. And Kamante Kofi broke his thumb in that Ole Miss game, that week, and so, I mean, those guys to go out and play like that with those injuries and to suck it up, I mean, that's a big time character check for those guys, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Was it his non-throwing job?
Yeah, it's his left shoulder. Yeah.
So did that have anything to do with? I mean, a lot of short passes. You didn't really look down the field with the defense.
Well, that was more the defense. I mean, he was really good. He didn't practice Tuesday, a little bit on Wednesday, and he was throwing the ball pretty good Thursday and Friday. That was just because of the way they were playing. There's nowhere to throw it down the field. It had to be shorter stuff. I mean, he's good now, and he didn't get hit tonight, so he's coming out of this one healthy. He'll be good for next week. But it took a lot. That takes a lot of courage, a lot of character for all those guys, but especially Josh to play like that.
The 21-0 cushion, I thought that was, like last year, you had the big cushion that came back and you made it close. Like, I thought that was important to get the first quarter, get off to a good start.
Yeah, no question. And, again, we just have to play smarter. I mean, we can't give up touchdowns that are, fumbling the balls are going across the end zone, those type of things. I mean, man, it's been a hard team to coach, a hard offense to coach, I'll tell you that, because of the ball security issues. But, we'll see how we can finish up.
You mentioned like a theme of this season is the compatibility with the offense and defense. Some games the offense plays really well, defense doesn't. But I thought you guys, both sides did really well. What do you want to carry forward going into UTEP?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, this is one of the few games where, when the defense gave up a score or was struggling, the offense went out and scored for them. And same thing, when the defense needed to get stops to help the offense, they did. And, that's how good teams play. So if we could continue that the next 2 weeks, that'll be huge for us. We need to play like that. And, I thought they were supporting each other really big on the sideline. And, special teams getting the punt return. I'm really excited for O.J. Clark. OJ's one of my favorite players since I've been here. He's had 2 leg surgeries, had a metal rod put in his leg, and he's a special kid. He's fought through a lot, and he's going to graduate from here, and he's going to be a success in what he does. So to get that punt return, I was just telling the coaches before they punted that ball, I said I'd love to see him return one. I don't think he's ever had one go back for a touchdown. And sure enough, there it was. So really happy for him.
It's senior night last week in UTEP, right? So it's kind of this is an important senior class for you guys in a rivalry game.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good players in this senior class. There's a lot of great people in this senior class. Kids that have been here for 4 and 5 years and that we recruited to build this program, and all these guys got to go to that bowl game and play in that bowl game. And unfortunately, we didn't get that done for this senior class here this year, but nonetheless, they've been a great senior class in terms of leadership for this team, which it's a whole lot harder to be a leader when you're 0-9 than it is when you're going to a bowl game, So these guys, to hold this team together and to keep practicing hard and to keep playing hard like they have, says a lot about our seniors' character and the type of people they are.
Anything else, Coach?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Getting the win column, it wasn't pretty probably at times, but that's all that matters. Right?
Yeah, because nobody asks questions when we lose how we lost. So when you win, nobody asks how you won. So that's one of the things we don't really care how we got it, but it feels good to get that monkey off our back. That celebrating locker rooms is what you do it for.
Yeah. How do you guys stay up? We talked about it before, but is that like just a bunch of character guys that keep the momentum going, or how do you guys stay up all year?
It starts from the top and it trickles down to the bottom. Coach Martin, he's a bulldog. He never lets up. He's used to being the underdog. So when you're following a guy like that, it's hard to not want to win every football game. So I feel like it's that leadership that kind of kept us going and kept us hungry and eager for that next win.
And then you have UTEP next week. You talked about on Tuesday how this last 3 games is a good chance to go out on a high note. What do you think about UTEP right now? They have the same record as you do.
Yeah, it's a rival, so it doesn't matter whose record is what. It's a rival football game. I've been here for 4 or 5 years, and every time I want to beat them. I don't care, you know what I mean? I don't care where we at, what stadium, what field. It's UTEP. We don't like UTEP, so we want to beat UTEP. So it's fun though. It's one of those things that it's a blessing to have a rival. A lot of people want that opportunity, and we want to keep that trophy. I've had that trophy for about 2 years, I believe. So I don't want to let go of that trophy. I want to keep it right there in the Fulton Center. So we're playing for that trophy, and we're excited to go for it.
Adrian went to UTEP, right?
Yeah.
What stands out to you the most? Like, I think you had 6 sacks tonight, a couple interceptions. You didn't really give up that much in the passing game until late. Like, what stands out to you, like, as far as how you guys play defensively?
A bunch of guys that want to make plays. Because at the end of the day, you can write a lot of X's and O's. You can do this, you can scheme that. But if you got 11 guys on the football hungry to just make a play, like 2nd down, 1st down, 3rd down, just somebody wants to make that play. And I feel like tonight we had a bunch of hungry guys out there. And especially when your front four is super hungry to get to the quarterback, I can see it in their eyes early in the football game. They knew they were going to get back there. They had that confidence, that swagger that a D-line is supposed to walk in there with. And that just trickles down, because when you're getting pressure, the quarterback throws it in the air. That's what brings interceptions. That's what makes them come out the pocket. So that D-line was going tonight. And like you said, it started with those 6 sacks. Once you get a couple sacks, the passing games, it becomes way easier on the back end. Thank y'all.
Same thing, just get in the win column at this point of the season. How does that feel?
Feels great after being 0-9. Just get the team some hope, hopefully go out there for our rivals next week and go out there and compete, show them now they know how to win and how it feels to do it again.
And just, I think you had a career high night as a senior. Like, what does that mean for you individually? And pretty much you had to have it tonight to win.
Right, it was special. I came out the first half, I felt like I wasn't playing to my standard. I was just trying to do too much, trying to make a big play, be that guy. Wasn't just following my rules. And then finally, second half, I had to lock in and start having a great second half. And it feels good to have a career high. It feels great to go out like that.
And what was the key to kind of get the running game going tonight, like in the second half, like you said? Do you guys do anything differently, or?
No, not really. Just trust your path. That's the main thing about it. Like I said, me not having a good first half really upset me, and that made me want to turn up, play to my ability. And I think that's why that happened like that.
How did you guys look at these last 3 games? I mean, Liberty, you played a close game with them. Probably figured you'd have a good chance to win tonight and
Right.
beating UTEP in the past. So, how did you guys view these last 3 games, and how do you feel after tonight?
Winnable games, just got to go out there and compete. Got a lot of good players, so just play collectively as a whole and just go get wins, send the senior off the right way.
What's the mood like, just getting this monkey off your back, finally getting that?
It feels great. Having that 0, I don't think I've ever lost that many games in a row, so it sucked. But to actually go out there and to win and let the team know, the younger people that's coming up like that, just how it feels. They never sung that winning song, just have that around in the air. It feels great for going into our rivals.